I said it before, sometimes simply setting clear intentions in your mind can be enough to set the power in motion, to set the power in motion to move towards manifestation. Because when something is clear in your mind, then it is clear in the heart. Um, you can manifest anything that you desire, but you have to accept everything that comes with it. So there's certain laws of the universe, if you will, right? There's certain principles that govern over everything that is brought into creation, such as the law of polarity, meaning the yin and the yang. So where there's light, the other side of light is darkness, or the shadow, right? Um, so you can manifest whatever you want, but according to universal law, everything that we bring into creation, it's going to come anytime you manifest a desire. That desire, which another word for that pleasure, also comes with the opposite of the polarity energy attached to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it takes two halves to make a whole, right? So anytime you see a battery, you always see a battery, it has a plus side and a negative side. You never fucking see a battery that just has a plus side, or that has a plus side and another plus side. Like, that defies the laws of physics. Like, it takes the opposites. That's why opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's the two halves that makes the whole. The masculine and feminine, right? Which leads into another universal principle, which would be the principle of gender, saying that masculine and feminine is intertwined in everything. that is brought in to creation in this universe. So, as you manifest in your desires, right? As you manifest in your pleasure, this is why pleasure always comes with pain. Like you never get one without the other, right? Every time you go off and fall in love, when you fall in love with somebody right and you head over heels, it's the most terrific, the most bliss, right? It's like the cream of the crop. You can't quite describe the feeling, right? Like it's out of this world. Um, Being that they say love is the highest frequency, or at least the highest frequency that we in our human form have the reach to, access to. Um, and on the other side of that love is what? You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking about, duality. Like you don't get one without the other. Like you get that terrific bliss and all of that shit, right? Whenever you in love and everything's great. And on the other side of that, of being in love, you don't just get the pleasure. And then because whenever you dealing with the other side of the coin, right? Whenever you gotta go through the pitfalls of being in love, the negative, as we would say, the bad part of it, that shit, you be low, 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 low. Can't get no more low, right? It's the duality, you know what I'm saying? It's the polarity of it. And that's what I mean. Like, every battery, you're going to see the positive and negative, you know what I'm saying? And as far as it's really not good and bad, that's just how our minds, you know what I'm saying, and how we label things according to the way we perceive them. But oftentimes, what we think is bad really leads us to our evolution. When we go through hard times, right? When we gotta deal with the storm, when we walk through the fire, as painful as it is, it always leads us to a victory of some sort. It usually will lead us to realizing to actualizing a bigger desire that we've been holding in our heart. As a quick example, to put some context to what I mean about that, like, you say, since I'm on the subject of love, right? So you be in love and all of that, and it's all great, and then you got to go through all the bullshit that comes with it, and maybe you just with a shitty person, right? But in your heart, what you really want is you want to be happy, right? Um, you probably want to be free, even if it's one with another person, but free, as in you want the feeling of being liberated, right? You don't want to live in the prism of love, right? You want to feel as if you have conquered. So whenever you going through that bullshit and dealing with that bullshit and going through all that pain and those down times, and you know that shit can stretch out for a long time, right? So you might have to go through a lot of shit. And then on the other side of that though, right? Say it ends up that you got to go your separate way, you go your separate ways, and you know, breakups always suck and it's just always hard. And maybe say you after that you still going through the motions of leaving this person and um, starting new with now your life is completely different, right? You know what I'm saying? Because your other half is now not your other half, right? And you depressed and all this shit and you gotta start from scratch, you know what I'm saying? And you just dealing with all the struggle of it, you know what I'm saying? The walking through that fire, going through that storm, as I say. And then often in one day, you know, it ends up leading you to meeting your perfect person, to landing, ending up with a much better job that you're more happy with. You end up in a new location or something, a new home that you're more happy with, or you know what I'm saying? You end up you end up with the reality that you was longing for the whole time, you know what I'm saying? When you was with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But it just didn't you get it. So yeah. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I just want to say that quick word. I was just sitting here thinking about just desires and manifesting and all that shit because we be having all of these thoughts and ideas, you know what I'm saying? All of these desires that we be having inside of us. And so you got so many thoughts a day, right? And so many different feelings and shit, right? A day. So everything doesn't manifest. Everything that's inside us does not have to come out. You know what I'm saying? It's but sometimes once your intentions on what you want are made clear in your mind, they become clear in the heart. And from the heart is where you want to manifest. Because all manifestations, we dealing with energy. So all our manifestation, all this is energy, right? And the process of manifesting it must be grounded. Every manifestation is rooted in some sort of energy, right? You can manifest things from anger. You can manifest things from jealousy. You can manifest things out of lust. We can manifest from love, right? You can manifest from compassion. We can manifest things from um just from using just your sheer will. Because everything is energy and energy is everything. So everything you desire, right? Everything manifests from our chakra system, right? So to make it simple, to say the seven primary chakras, right? So these are our energy centers, right? Crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra, heart chakra, fucking what? Solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra. So these energy centers, they each are like, well, we got our higher, as we call it, you know what I'm saying? The higher chakras, which would be our heart chakra. You said, well, the heart chakra is the gateway, right? So the heart chakra is in the middle. So the heart chakra is higher, you know what I'm saying, and deals with the lower, you know what I'm saying? This is why the Jesus, the gateway, you know what I'm saying? Jesus representing the heart chakra. Um, anyway, the heart chakra, the crossroads, the heart chakra being in the middle, being the middle point. That's the way to go up to heaven or down to earth. The lower chakras dealing with the earthly things, and the higher chakra is supposed to be dealing with the more the spiritual nature, right? But in truth, every chakra, whatever a desire that you have, every chakra, which has its own way it functions, um, every chakra is just as capable of manifesting. My bad. Every chakra is just as capable as manifesting that desire, right? You can be so if it's a chick, right? You crushing on this chick, you've been wanting this chick, you know how it go, you know what I'm saying? Like, but just depending on um the frequency, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on your frequency that you're dealing with is what determines where where at on your energy chart that you're manifesting from. So if you dealing on a low frequency, if you dealing with this desire on a low frequency, then that's the energy center that you're going to be, that's going to be bringing this into existence, right? So we dealing with just, if you just dealing with lust. You know what I'm saying? Lots of times we just want to fuck. Type of uses nasty thoughts. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing pure about what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want to get nasty with somebody. You just got, you know what I'm saying, like them low vibrational feelings towards it. You know what I'm saying? Which not good or bad or whatever the fuck. It's just lots of times that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it'll manifest. If it manifests, you know what I'm saying, when we manifesting from the our lower nature like that, you know what I'm saying? This is why we end up smashing girls after the bar, or you know what I'm saying, sneaking around and gotta creep with the homie baby mama late nights through the back door, meeting up at Telly's and just shit like that, because that desire is manifesting from our lower nature. It's going to manifest from according to the vibration of the energy. You know what I'm saying? And now say when it's that girl you crushing on, but this is a girl that you really like genuinely, right? Like from like inside, like in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you genuinely, like you feeling something else. You know what I'm saying? Like you raising up the chakra chart. You know what I'm saying? Like now you manifesting that from a higher frequency. You know what I'm saying? So now it's probably not gonna manifest like from just being some dirty shit or being just some late night late night creeping type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like now I might more probably like manifest like something that's more lighter, something more genuine, something a little more, something that has more potential and the higher ceiling, because y'all dealing with different energy now. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, but energy changes. You know what I'm saying? So like all throughout our day, you know what I'm saying? We never just really riding on one frequency. You know what I'm saying? Like your moods and your feelings and emotions, you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know what I'm saying? Like we have mood swings. That's exactly what a mood swing is. It's your energy, it's the frequency, your vibration, you know what I'm saying, that changes just throughout the day itself. You know what I'm saying? So just think about how much your frequency is changing, um shit, in a week, let alone in a month, in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm a nerd. I could talk about this shit all night, but let's just leave it at that. And yeah, I'm out.